This is the burial place and memorial to Adam Macquhan, who was a Covenanter who was executed at nearby New Galloway in 1685. This was during the so-called killing times. He probably wasn't actually buried here until sometime after 1688. In 1832, his original crudely carved gravestone was surrounded by a more elaborate affair, paid for by the local parishioners after a sermon had been given by the local minister, James Maitland. The original inscription states he was taken from his sickbed where he was suffering from a fever and was executed on the orders of Lieutenant Colonel James Douglas, who was the brother of the Duke of Queensberry. He was also involved in some way with the infamous drowning of two female Covenanters at Wigton. Later, in 1690, he was a general and was in charge of part of the army fighting for King William at the Battle of the Boyne in Ireland. The truth behind Adam's so-called fever and his execution may be rather more complex than the inscription on the gravestone suggests. Shortly before, a skirmish had taken place between the Covenanters and the king's troops, the Foot Guards. At this skirmish, 6 members of the Covenanters had been killed, but also 3 members of the army. At the site, there's a stone still known as Macquhan's stone. It seems more likely that Adam was involved in this skirmish and had been injured, and his so-called fever was actually as a result of his injuries. This area had been a hotbed of Covenanter activity, partly because of an incident that took place at nearby St John's town of Dalry. This resulted in a large number of Covenanters marching into Edinburgh, where they were soundly defeated at the Battle of Runyon Green. At the nearby Balmaclellan churchyard there's a statue to Robert Paterson, otherwise known as Sir Walter Scott's Old Mortality. He was a local stonemason who had spent the best part of 40 years travelling around the lowlands of Scotland, restoring or creating the memorials to the Covenanter martyrs.